Hey Lee, Kenny here doing a war recap video. Got a lot of really good things to show you guys. So I'm going to jump into it in just 1 minute, but I just want to point out that our last two wars have been really strong. Um, if you recall, we had a little rough patch, maybe about a week or so ago where we weren't getting a whole lot of either Town Hall 11 versus 11 3 stars or 10 versus 10 3 stars. And I think in this war, we had about 7 or 8, maybe even 9 different guys step up and take out somebody at their own town hall level. And these aren't dips either. These aren't weak town halls. This is hitting people with max defenses at Town Hall 11 and Town Hall 10. So I'm really proud of everybody in the good work we've been doing. I encourage everybody to keep working on your defenses. Right, we're facing 10 Town Hall 11s this war that had max defenses, not necessarily max heroes and walls, but I'm talking about the level 15 point defenses and all the defenses maxed out. Currently, we are still a pretty new group of Town Hall 11s. We only have 4 Town Hall 11s that have everything maxed out. So, the enemy had 6 additional max 11 defense bases, and they had 4 extra Eagle bases. So to be able to overcome that is impressive, and we are down when it comes to that just about every war, but that's not going to last forever because people are keeping their builders busy and building up their bases. So anyway, enough of my blabbing. Let's go ahead and jump into the replays, and we'll just go in order here. This is my attack on number 4. We kind of had the war in hand at this point, so I was kind of screwing around a little bit. I didn't want to take a jump spell, and I didn't take a jump spell because I was going to break into the first level, go through that first wall, and then the Inferno Towers and the Eagle were all accessible from going around the first outside, just the ring, right, without having to break in any further or needing to use a jump. So I said, well, you know what, heck with it. I'm going to take 5 rages, just kind of keeping everything going and go from there. So let's go ahead and see how it works out. Go ahead and drop the queen, starting around 9 o'clock, 1 baby dragon to funnel. Funnel's been established to get her to go south. She's going to do that. And she's going to pick off all the defenses from the exterior with the exception of this warden. I point that out because it causes a troop split after everything eventually goes in through this first level here. So she's working her way down. I should be having a rage down right now. I don't. I'm a little late and, cut it pretty close there. Would have been pretty ticked off if she had gone down, but she didn't. Couple test wall breakers. Poison is down. Getting the funnel established down to the south. Break through the wall. Get the rest of the troops down. There goes everything into the base. Now, the hope here was that everything was going to ride along the southern portion of this, right? They were going to take out some of these, and everything was going to go from 6 o'clock towards 3 o'clock. It's not exactly how it all worked out. Took that, and now some of these bowlers and the warden and some witches were going up towards the north there. So that was a little unfortunate, but a big group of bowlers and healers were sticking down to the south, and the giants were out in front of them. So I focused my remaining rage spell and heal spell on those. The queen decides to go ahead and break into the core, which was fine. Goes ahead and gets the town hall. She goes ahead and gets the enemy archer queen. She eventually goes up and gets that single set inferno. And while all that's going on, the rest of these bowlers and witches and giants are making their way around the ring. And so it ends up being, if you can establish your funnel and get all those troops, going and reach the major defenses without having to bring any jumps at all, looks like it'll work. Not the best base design from this guy, so it was a good time to try something a little strange, and was glad it worked out. Let's go ahead and move on to Doug. Doug's going to do mass bowlers on number 5. I have to be honest, I have not been a big proponent of this mass bowler build. And Doug has come back into our group, thankfully, and has been back a couple weeks now, and has shown this mass bowler build has worked a couple of times since he's been back. So he gets them down. I want to show something in a second that he does. So he gets 5 bowlers, 2 healers down at noon and 3. What he does next is pretty cool, though, right? So he gets 3 bowlers down, one on this barracks and the other on this on these pumps over here on the side, and he makes sure that those 2 are down before he drops his remaining troops, who will focus on these 3 pumps right here. And basically what Doug has ensured is that his troops are not going to go wandering around to the side of this base. So that's good patience there. And then he gets his giants out to start taking the heat from the troops there, from the enemy defenses. Gets his remaining 2 healers down, gets his heroes down, breaks through the wall, and now he's established such a good funnel that when he gets his jump spells down, he's got one here, he's going to put a second one over the town hall. There is no place for these troops to go other than directly to this core. So he's going to get his rage down, and everything's going to go in there. This attack was perfect. If there was one flaw with this attack, he was late on his warden ability. Warden ability should have been used like right about now, right? While everything's dealing with that Inferno and they're dealing with the CC. But it turns out it works okay. Everything's going. He still has some bowlers up. If he had hit that warden ability, those bowlers would all still be there and going strong. But the key thing here is he still has his queen. He has an awesome AQ ability use here. It's coming up in just a minute, and there it is. And while he hits that ability, that thing takes out 2 Teslas, an Expo. He gets and starts to get the Eagle. Picking everything off. Well done. He still has some bowlers and a couple healers going at the south, and we'll go ahead and speed it up here. Starts to thin out a little bit. He eventually loses his Archer Queen in just a moment, but the long reach and range of his Warden, along with those remaining troops that are going at the south, are enough to clean up the rest of this base. But it's the little things, right? That Warden ability earlier, I'm not trying to pick on the attack, but if he had saved another 6 to 8 bowlers in that portion of this raid, he's got a lot left over here at the end, and it wouldn't have been as close. But it was a good plan, and it was good execution, and well done, Doug. Really good war, last couple wars, to include this one where you ended up with your 2 accounts with 3 stars. Speaking of a guy with 3 stars, here comes Zip. Zip is doing bowlers and witches. He gets his queen down. He's going to pretty quickly drop his Barbarian King and a baby dragon to start the funnel there. So it's just a quick short funnel, and the funnel here was really fantastic. You're going to see here in a minute how this breaks down when he drops his remaining troops. I'll go ahead and pause it. You can see that the CC has been lured, and now he has his bowlers down, and now the witches, and I'll go ahead and pause it here. There is no place for everything to go except for right into this area. And all these troops take this first jump and go into the core of the base where he gets his rages down and just rips this base to shreds. Good timing on the Warden ability. Gets his second rage down. Good heal spell. Pretty sure he gets his third rage down. It's down now. And the base is just getting ripped apart. Troop split up here. And that's okay. Healer splits. If your troops split and you can get 2 healers on one side and 2 on the other, that really helps. Not that you can control that too much. But, at this point, we're sitting at just over 60%. And, he's still got a good amount of bowlers. He still has this witch is doing some real big work up top. And defenses aren't reaching it, and the healers are keeping it going. And so it just, again, becomes too much for the base to be able to handle. Again, a great funnel. It's just the pattern over and over and over and over again. If you can get a good funnel and you can manage to keep your healers alive for the raid, you've got a heck of a chance at pulling off a 3-star. So that was a great attack there by Zip. Well done, buddy. Let's go ahead and move on to number 9, an attack by Wax. So this was a really good attack here. So I'll say a few critical things, and then we'll see how we'll go into how great this recovery was. So Wax goes ahead and starts his queen walk right around the 6 o'clock area. What's cool to point out about this one is, so Wax has a late rage when he tries to initially save his queen and ends up having to burn her ability. He ends up having to use the Warden ability to save the queen a second time. He guesses wrong on which way the queen is going to go, but he recovers from all this and still pulls off an awesome 3-star. Okay, so here's where he's going to have to use the queen ability right now because that rage was late. And now the queen circles back. So kind of throwing a little bit of a curveball there, right? I think he was trying to get the queen to go into this hole initially. Probably didn't think she was going to when she went that far down the wall. She ends up coming back. So let's see what he does now. So at this point, Wax is thinking that the queen, you can see he's dropped a baby dragon up in this area. So his thinking is that the queen is going to ride from 6 o'clock back north up towards 3 o'clock. But she ends up stepping towards that cannon. Warden ability has to be used. Second rage down to save the queen. And you can see that the queen is now definitely committed to going towards 9 o'clock. So, he's used all these funnel troops up there. And so how in the world is he going to recover from this? Well, he starts by putting the king down, breaking a hole in the wall, and then spreading his bowlers out. Now, he knows by doing this, he's going to lose some bowlers going around the corner, and that's fine. He just needs a majority of them, along with the witches that he has not dropped yet, to go into that hole, and he's going to have all of his troops meet up with the healers and his queen in just a moment. And by doing that spread on the bowlers and getting them all down timely, he did that. So now there's his first rage, and his funnel is established. So even after all that crazy stuff that was going on in this raid, he was able to establish a funnel and get everything to go in together. It's a little late with the poison coming down, but he was timely with his heal spell, and he had some good fortune there. Some of the troops took that jump to go in towards the core and take out those troops, take out the town hall and take out the eagle. But there's just too much going on for this base to be able to stop, right? He's got the healers and he has all those bowlers. He still has his queen and warden, and it's just going to overwhelm the base. And so, again, right, it's all about the funnel, because we even had a couple of funnel troops wasted on this one. We had abilities used early. We had 2 rage spells dropped for the queen walk, again, plus the queen ability, plus the warden ability. But if you can get your funnel right, you've always got a shot. Good hit, Wax. Okay, I was going to skip bullets hit on 13. No, I'm not. I'm just kidding, John. Don't be upset. It's the little things that get me through doing these videos, guys. This was an awesome attack by Bullet. So let's start with this first part here. So he drops a Valk to take out this camp, and you're like, well, why'd he do that, right? Why'd he do that? Well, because he couldn't use a wizard, because it would have been taken out by that archer tower. And I can't recall if there was a bomb there or not that he knew about, but I'm guessing that that's what it was. Or he thought that there could be one, and since the only thing that it was going to take out, because it was so close to this air defense, was the archer camp anyway, then just use a Valk, because it's 8 camp space versus 10. Wes, that's a difference of 2, Wes, in case you were trying to count that one. All right, I'll be nice. Wes has a great attack that we're going to show in a little bit. Gets his queen down, gets his healers down, and she's going to walk up towards the north. Hey, here's another smart thing that happened here that we don't always see. We have an air defense that is not within reach of the queen, yet John has started his queen walk, and if he had dropped his healers either A, directly behind his queen, or B, to the south of her, then those healers would have eventually been in range of the air defense. But he very smartly drops them up to the left side of where she was deployed. That way they never get within reach, and that air defense is not going to be an issue. And I've go ahead and you can see the range of the air defense there and how the healers are going to slide by just to the north. So, real good walk here. She's starting to take some heat from that down X-bow. A couple cannons. Needs to get his rage down. There it comes. I know it's coming. Whew. Cutting it close, John. I like it. Bowlers, P.E.K.K.A down. Bowlers to help finish off the funnel. Giants down. I think he forgets to put his wall breakers down. That's okay. That's okay. Everything's beaten through that wall. You know what? It didn't take long for those giants and bowlers to get through that wall. It almost makes you wonder if, you're better off just, raging in that spot and not screwing around with the wall breakers at all in some instances. Anyway, gets the first jump down. Rage is down. A little late on the poison. It's coming. I promise. There it is. Warden ability. Great funnel, though, right? Again, a great funnel. Everything is going to be going towards that core. And so he gets the rage down. He gets a heal down. And everything's just blitzing through there, right? Final rage is down. Bowlers are doing some really good work. Queen is still up with a queen ability. He's got some cleanup troops still to spare. Great raid, John. Good job, buddy. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. All right, we're going to move on to number 14. This is Zip with his Bud account. And he is doing that spam attack with the bowlers and witches and 7 giants. And so let's go ahead and see it in action. Giants are down, lots of witches, lots of bowlers. Jump spell is down. Second jump is down. Good poison. Good warden ability to protect everybody from those Valks and the baby dragon. Getting the rages down. Where's that last rage at, Zip? Get that thing down, buddy. See that big group right there? That would have been a good spot for it. I know you were waiting for that Inferno Tower. But when they're all bunched up like that, you just get it down. Still has the Queen ability, which is going to help him out deal with that Inferno, right? Woo! God, that was close. He likes to make him close. Taking out those Troll Teslas down there. And then he has all these troops that are going to come up here, and he still has that rage, and that's going to help him deal with this last Inferno Tower. And it's pretty much, for the most part, going to stay after it gets this warden distracted by a lot of the skeletons. Oh, that's right. He forgot he had the rage. Does he swag it? Nah. Just keep it there and let the enemy think about it for a while. By the way, the whole board was screaming rage for about the last 90 seconds of this attack. But Zip didn't need it. And it was a good plan. And it would have been even better if he had gotten that rage down. He would have had a lot left over. Great war. 3 triples for Zip this war. That's an awesome, awesome, awesome war. Now we're going to go ahead and show Jas here on number 15. Queen walk. Bowlers and witches. Setting a funnel with that baby dragon at 3 o'clock. It's going to break her in. There she goes. Rage down. Had to burn the ability. Poison down to take care of the minions and that dragon. There's a loon lagging in behind there too. And here comes everything. And I think the troops are going to split on him here a little bit. And they do. But she, wisely keeps the rages on the biggest group of troops, right? 1 Inferno down. 2nd Inferno is down. And the healers are latched on. Nice to see some of our low to medium Town Hall 11s having some success at the Town Hall 11 level. Awesome. Can't tell you how happy I am to see all these people, all this in this group, pulling out these 3 stars this war. Making life on the closers easy. But, you know, that was in the chat earlier. Closers, or whether you're going early to mid-war, they're all equally important. They really are. In this war, the closers were the people that hit in the middle of the war and early beginning of the war, and they just took care of business. All right, we got another one here by Zip that we're going to show. Ring base. Queen walk starting at 6 o'clock. Drifting up towards 9. He has his bowlers. Has his Barbarian King raged. Funnel set. Everything's going towards the core. Rage is down. Warden ability is used. Smart. gotta stop it here for a second. He was probably planning on using that jump right over the town hall to get quick access to the second inferno, but he saw that he had troops going into this area here, so he drops that jump, shifts it just a little bit. That's smart. A lot of times we talk about how getting the jumps down early is a good play, and it is. But if you haven't dropped it yet and you need to make an adjustment, then you make the adjustment. And you can see the reason why this one was successful is because his healer stayed up pretty much the entire time. And it's going to be too much for this base to take care of. Great War Zip. 9-pack. Wes, that's 3 more than a 6-pack. If you get 9. If you're counting or keeping track at home. Speaking of 9-packs, here's our first Town Hall 10 versus 10 triple with a Gobaho by Dougie. 2 golems down, 3 wizards doing funnels on either side. Test wall breaker, the rest of the wall breakers going in. Jump down. King, queen, bowlers. Poison down timely. And the rage is coming. I know it is. There it is. And then he releases the hogs. Okay, so let me tell you what I really like about this. I've seen so many times people wait until the bowlers and queens peter out before then they drop their hogs. Do not wait to drop your hogs. Because if you drop your hogs and they get one flank down and continue to go around the base, right, it gives your queen a chance to live through the attack. And with these hog raids, especially at Town Hall 10, the queen living through the attack is what pushes it to be a 3-star. Hogs down, he gets his first heal down. There it goes. By the way, watch the second heal. So the hogs are just getting out. I'm screaming heal right now for this. Screaming for him to put his heel down. But he waits, and it was the right call. He waits for that bomb tower. And now, he still has 1 heel left for the last side of this base. He's got a lot of hogs left. And by taking out all of the defenses in this area, and this area earlier, while his queen is barely hung on, the fact of the matter is she has hung on, and it was because of that quick deployment of the hogs that she was able to make it. And now these troops are just going to clean up the remaining part of the base. That was an awesome attack. Good job, Doug. Now, let's move on to Wes. Wes bringing an AQ walking hogs. He's going to bring her down from 3 down towards 6 o'clock. Did a little funnel with Baby Dragon. Doing a little funnel with the Barbarian King and a Valk. Just going to get the CC pulled. And once the CC is done and the our enemy Archer Queen is done, here come the hogs. Good timing on the heal spells. Note that the queen has stayed alive. Great job, Wes. amazing when you do a hog raid and you can take out the CC and the queen, that it can actually go right. So great adjustments, great read on that one. Awesome job. Did not mean to click on this one. While it was a good attack, it's a dip, so I'm gonna. This video has been long enough, but I got some more good stuff to show. Here's Doug doing another Golem Bulwer hog raid. So kind of the same concept here, right? 2 golems, 3 wizards on each flank to create the funnel. A test bowler. The rest of the bowlers go down. King, queen, bowlers, jump, poison. Get that queen down, big guy. There she is. Gets his rage down. And then gets the hogs going. Keeping them going with those heal spells. Queen's going to stay up again on this one. Awesome stuff. I still think 10 versus 10 is harder than Town Hall 11. So I was really happy to see all these Town Hall 10 guys coming through this war. Great war, Doug. That's awesome. Now we got a couple by Jeff. Bowlers and hogs. He's taking some giants. No golems on this one. Taking his time establishing a funnel. Usually don't have to worry about time with hogs. Not screwing around with the wall breakers. That's fine. A bunch of giants. 14 of them. Bowlers behind. King and queen. Jump is down. A couple more wizards to deal with the dragon if necessary. The rage is down. The poison is down. And here come the hogs. I probably would have done the hogs from the south side, given that that's where the heroes are, but now I'm being picky. I get cranky when I do videos that are 20 or 30 minutes long. I get tired of talking. But Jeff is painting the board there with his heal spells. Queen stays up. That's the common theme with these. And he crushed it. Awesome hit, Jeff. Which show another one. More hogs this time. I'll blitz through this one. No infernos. Good queen walk using that big Town Hall 10 level queen. Gets the CC, gets the enemy queen, and just lets the hogs do the work. Keeps them healed up. Still has both hero abilities. Hogs have taken out the rest of the defenses. It's great. You guys at Town Hall 10 did so good this war, we didn't have to have any dips to take care of business down there. It was really awesome. I wanted to show this hit by B. So this is a Town Hall 9. B is a Town Hall 9. This Town Hall 10 does not have Inferno Towers, but it does have the 3rd Expo. And so, you know, this is a challenge for a Town Hall 9 player to be able to get this base. And so let's watch B take care of it. Establishes a great funnel. Gets Pekka and the Pekkas and bowlers to go in towards the center there. Poisons are taking care of the enemy clan castle. And he starts to sprinkle in the hogs. And they're doing a great job. The Pekkas take so much fire that those couple bowlers and wizards and everything are just staying alive. Nice hit, B. And last but not least, Christian Gray. From the books about Christian Gray, I've not read them, but I've heard that he's a guy that knows how to finish. So it's only fitting that the last 3 stars is going to be won by Gray.